Most people think that the only way to invest in real estate is to buy a house and then go and find a tenant and then fix a toilet and collect rent and hope that nothing breaks. But what if you could invest in real estate without owning the property yourself? That is where REITs come in. And today, I'm going to explain what REITs are, how they work, how they make money, and the risk people don't talk about enough. Before we go deeper, thank you to everyone who has already subscribed to the channel. I truly appreciate you. You know, this channel is here to help families, to help home buyers, and to help investors just make wiser real estate decisions. And just want to give you clarity, I want to give you patience, and I want to give you peace of mind too. So, if this sounds helpful, please go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who's thinking about investing, and comment below. I want to hear from you. Would you rather own rental property directly or invest in real estate more passively? I would love to hear your answer. So now, let's talk real estate. A REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trusts. Simple definition, a REIT is a company that owns, operates, or finances income-producing real estate. The real estate, it could be anything. It could be apartment buildings, it could be shopping centers, office buildings, warehouses, hotels, hospitals, cell towers, data centers, or even self-storage facilities. So instead of you buying one property yourself, a REIT allows many investors to own shares in a company that owns real estate. Think about it like this. If buying a rental property is like owning the whole restaurant, investing in a REIT is more like owning a small piece of the entire restaurant chain. You do not manage the building, you do not call the plumber, you do not screen tenants. You can still participate in the income producing part, you know, at least in the income that the real estate produces, but it's different. REITs usually make money in a few main ways. The first way is rent. For example, an apartment REIT owns an apartment community. Tenants pay monthly rent. After expenses, the REIT may distribute income to shareholders. The second way is property appreciation. If the real estate owned by the REIT becomes more valuable over time, the REIT may benefit from that growth. The third way is financing. Some REITs do not own buildings directly. What they do is that they are called mortgage REITs. They invest in mortgage or mortgage-backed securities and earn money from interest. Let's keep it simple. There are three common categories. There are equity REITs for owning properties like apartments, malls, and warehouses. There are mortgage REITs for investing in real estate long-term, such as mortgages, mortgage-backed securities. And there's also a hybrid REIT, which is a mixture of both. You can own property and invest in loans. And most everyday investors, they hear about publicly traded REITs. These can be bought and sold on the major stock exchanges, similar to buying shares of a company. Here's one of the biggest things that make REITs different. To qualify as a REIT, the company generally must distribute at least 90% of its taxable income to shareholders as dividends. That is why REITs are often attractive to income-focused investors. But notice what I said, dividends, not guaranteed income, and that matters. A REIT can pay dividends when the business is performing well, but dividends can be reduced if the cash flow gets tight, if the debt gets expensive, if tenants struggle, or the real estate sector weakens. So yes, REITs can create income, but they still carry risk. Now, let's compare this to buying a rental property. Let's say you buy a small investment property in South Florida, and of course you use me as your preferred realtor in South Florida. You may need a down payment, closing costs, you need reserves, you need insurance, you need property taxes, maybe you need to do repairs, maybe there are HOA fees. Then you need to manage tenants and vacancies and maintenance and inspect the prices. With a REIT, you can invest with much less money upfront. You can also sell shares more easily than selling a physical property. But here's a trade-off. When you own the property, at least when you own it directly, you just have more control. You also have more to gain. You choose the property, you choose the improvements, you choose the rent strategy, you choose when to sell. With a REIT, you are trusting the company's management team. So it is not really which one is better, it is more like which one fits your season, your goals, your risk tolerance, and your capacity. Let's compare REIT and rental property side by side. Let's start with the starting cost. For the REITs, the starting cost, as you would guess, is much lower. You need a lot less money to go in. You don't need the down payment and everything that I just said. So for REITs, starting cost, much lower. For rental, much higher. With management, with REITs, is very passive. You don't do anything at all. You have to trust the management company to kind of take care of it. And you just kind of sit back and collect. With a rental, you have to be very much involved. Even if you hire a management company, you have to be on top of it. You have to involve so you know what's happening and what's going on with it. With liquidity, REITs, you could sell them very easily. You can, trade them, as I said before. With rental property, it's much harder. You cannot just, get up and sell it. It takes a lot longer to turn that around to sell a real estate property. With REITs, you have lower control. You have almost no control. With rental properties, you have all of the control. And of course, with REITs, you have no involvement with tenant issues. And with rental properties, you are the owner, so you have to take care of it. And of course, with REITs, you have very indirect leverage. And with rental property, you have very direct leverage. So benefits, do they outweigh the pros and the cons kind of situation? It's really for you to decide. Let's say someone has $5,000. And in South Florida, $5,000 is not enough to buy a rental property. It may not even be considered enough for closing costs. But that's like saying $5,000 could be invested into a REIT, buy shares of a REIT or a REIT ETF. See, that person can gain exposure to apartment buildings and warehouses and hospitals and other real estate sectors without needing to personally buy a building. But you compare that to someone that has $100,000 available and wants to buy a duplex or a single family rental. That person may prefer to the direct ownership route because they want control, they want leverage, they want tax planning opportunities, and they also want long-term equity growth. Both situations can be valid. So the why question is not what is everyone else doing. The why question is what is the right move for your financial situation, for your house, for your budget. What is going to work for you? Let me pause here for a second. If you're watching this because you want to build wealth through real estate, you are in the right place. And thank you. Thank you so much for watching. My goal in this channel is to help families, to help investors, to help homeowners. Maybe, yes, first-time home buyers and those who are coming back to the market. Maybe you're an experienced investor and you want to know just a little more information and you want to understand things in plain English. This is what's here for you. I'm here for you. So whether you're thinking about buying your first home, investing in South Florida, maybe you're thinking about relocating to Miami-Dade or Broward, or simply learning how money works through real estate, I want this channel to be the place of clarity. You can visit my website, edwincilia.kw.com, or if you want, you can also send me a call, give me a call, send me a text message at 786-774-9077. Maybe there's a topic that I have not covered yet that you want to know more about. Send me the information, send me a text, regular messenger, WhatsApp. We're here for you. I have a team in the Keller Williams family that is massive, that is worldwide, that is here and ready to serve all of your needs. So thank you for watching. Let's keep learning about REITs and what it might be able to do for you. Let's talk about the good side of REITs. REITs can offer several benefits. First, accessibility. You do not need hundreds of thousands of dollars to start. Second, diversification. Instead of owning one rental property on one street, a REIT may own dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of properties across different markets. Third, you have passive exposure. You can participate in real estate without a landlord, without becoming a landlord, and that's great. And fourth is liquidity. Publicly traded REITs can usually be bought and sold faster than physical real estate. And fifth, income potential. Many REIT investors like dividend income. That is why REITs can be useful for people who want real estate exposure but are not ready or willing or able to buy property directly. But of course, we have to be honest as well, and REITs are not risk-free. Their share prices can go up and their share prices can go down, like the stocks. They can be affected by interest rates, and when borrowing costs rise, real estate companies may feel pressure because debt becomes more expensive. So, REITs can also be affected by a specific type of real estate they own. Let me give you an example. If you have a REIT that is an industrial REIT, and that industrial REIT just may perform differently from an office REIT. Why is that? Because warehouses, apartments, healthcare buildings, hotels, and office buildings all respond differently to the economy. Another risk is concentration. If you buy one REIT that focuses on one weak sector, your investment may suffer even if other parts of the real estate economy are doing fine. And with non-traded REITs, you have to be extra careful. They may be harder to sell, harder to value, and sometimes carry higher fees. So before investing, you really want to know these things. This is important. You want to know, what does this REIT own? You just want to know, how much debt does it carry? Is it publicly traded or non-traded? How stable is the dividends? Who manages it? What fees are involved? All of those are important questions that you need to know before you choose to buy that REIT. Here's a deeper layer of understanding about REITs. Many people compare REITs to rental properties only by looking at the income. But real estate investing is not only about income. It is also about control, tax strategy, leverage, appreciation, risk, and time. A rental property can build wealth because you benefit from rent appreciation, loan pay down, and tax advantages. But it can also bring stress. A REIT can be easier and more passive altogether. But you do not control the property. You do not control the tenants. You do not control the financing or the management decisions. So REITs are not a replacement for every real estate strategy. They're simply a tool. And wise investors, they do not fall in love with tools. They use the right tool for the right job. For people in South Florida, this conversation matters. Pretty much anywhere really, but South Florida. Why? Because buying investment property in Miami-Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach can be expensive. Insurance is expensive, taxes can be confusing, HOA fees can be high, repairs are not cheap, and cash flow can be tight. So, some people look at REITs and say, maybe this is an easier way to get exposure to real estate. And sometimes that might be true. It may be. But I would not look at REITs as an escape from doing homework. You still need to understand what is it that you're buying. For example, if a REIT owns apartment buildings, you want to understand the rental demands, especially where they own the apartment building. If it owns office buildings, you want to think about remote work trends and what the companies are doing with office buildings. If it owns hotels, you want to know about the travel demand that happens with those hotels that he owns. If he owns data centers, you want to think about technology growth and energy costs. The property type matters, the location matters, the balance sheet matters, the management team matters. Everything matters when it comes to REIT. So while it's passive, you still have to get involved. You still need to know what's happening before you invest your hard-earned money. When we talk about investing, it is easy to focus only on returns. It's easy to focus on dividends or the market performance. But scripture reminds us that wisdom should always come before wealth. Ecclesiastes 11:2 says, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disasters may come upon the land. You see, long before modern investing, Solomon was teaching a principle that financial advisors still emphasize today: diversification. The idea isn't to pool all your hope or all your hard-earned money into one investment, whether it's rental properties, REITs, retirement accounts, or other investments. Wisdom comes from spreading the risk rather than concentrating it. That doesn't guarantee success, but it can help protect you when markets change or unexpected challenges rise. As Christians, we're called to be good stewards of what God has entrusted to us. Good stewardship means learning and planning, asking questions, and making thoughtful decisions instead of emotional ones. Real estate can be a wonderful wealth building tool. REITs can also play an important role for some investors. The goal isn't to chase the next opportunity, it is to build a financial foundation with patience, with wisdom, and with faith. Let's bring this home. Here are the biggest takeaways, at least 5 takeaways that you get from this video. Number 1, a REIT is a company that owns, operates, or finances income-producing real estate. Number 2, REITs can give you real estate exposure without directly owning property. Number 3, REITs often appeal to investors because of the dividend income, but dividends are not guaranteed. Number 4, REITs are easier to buy and to sell than physical real estate, but you give up control. And number 5, before investing, understand the property type, understand the risk, understand the debt the company has, understand the dividend history, and whether the REIT is publicly traded or non-traded. The goal is not to chase income blindly. The goal is to build wisely. So, what are REITs? They are a way to invest in real estate without becoming the landlord yourself. They can be helpful, they can be risky, and they should be understood before they are purchased. For some people, REITs may be a great first step into the real estate investing. For others, owning property directly may create more long-term opportunities. And for many families, the answer may eventually and hopefully is both, depending where you are in life. The key is wisdom, not pressure. It's not fear. It's not following the crowds. Please do not follow what everybody else is doing. Just informed decisions. If you found this helpful, watch my next video where I talk about how to buy your first rental property without having any fear. So if you're a first-time investor or an experienced investor, check that out. And for you, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And remember, God loves you, and so do I.